Hi everyone, this is Karen with Creative Cuts and Designs, KMK Creative Cuts and Designs, and I'm here tonight to talk to you a little bit about casing. Do you know that we're encouraged to case? That means that we can see in our catalogs, in our annual catalog, in our mini catalogs, we can look at them and open up a page and say, gee, I really like that card, and you're welcome to totally case it. In other words, copy it. And the other day on my Facebook page, business page at Creative Cuts and Designs, I totally cased one of Patty Bennett at pattystamps.com. I cased one of her cards. I changed this up a little bit and the coloring a little bit. But we're encouraged to do that, but I do like to give credit to Patty for that. And so I'm going to go one step further tonight and talk to you a bit more about casing. And so I cased this, and we're going to case from this card and change it up a little bit more. All right? And we're going to still use the biggest wish, but tonight we're going to use the hello friend, and then inside we're going to use the happy hello to you. So that's what we're going to be using tonight. And I'm going to use that there as a support for my Stamparatus. Now, the wording on here, Flirty Flamingo, and Pale Papaya and Fresh Freesia was for this. But today that doesn't matter. We're just going to use that same markings to mark our new card, which we're going to make it look like this. Hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. All right, so we're going to put our die cut in, and we used the die cut Stitch So Sweetly, and we use the largest one. And I don't know about you, but I get these little things all over the place. No matter how hard I try to be careful about it. So we have that. And so let's get this set up. So I've already tested it and got it lined up from before, and we're going to use Smoky Slate for the hello, and we're using Polished Pink for the friend. And let's go ahead and get this stamped up. I know I told you before, these things get really stained, but they work really well. So because we're using photopolymer, we're going to let it ink up quite a bit. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to use the Stamparatus for this, so that I could get it set up ahead of time, where to measure it. Also, if I don't like how, it looks like there's a little bit of thread on there, so I'm going to re-wipe it off. And we're going to soak it up again. Just let it sit on there for a little bit. You can tell I'm using an older version of the ink pad, and I'm trying to get new ones as I go along. So here we go. Here's our first one, and we're just going to soak it in there. And I'm just kind of pushing it in so it goes as solid. Now I don't want it, while I want it solid, I don't want it so dark that my lipstick won't show up. You know what? I'm going to use this little thing to hold it down a little bit. Oh, there we go. So I'm okay that it's not solid. And we're going to go down to the very next one. And let's see where we want to do this one at. Okay. And we'll ink it up again. Since it's already been inked up, we don't have to hold it and ink it up as well the second time. And Just make sure my magnet is out of the way, and I don't think it is. I think it's kind of keeping me from pushing down on it a little bit. Okay. And then, whoops, we're gonna, that'd be a big oops if we weren't moving it. And now we're gonna go down to the very last one. Now the reason why I'm doing it this way is I wanted room to move it down, plus I really don't like stamping anything up right as close there. It's a little bit harder to do that, so I like to get it away from the edges. Alright, and again, we'll just sit there and hold it for a second and let it soak into the paper. And you know, if we don't like it, the good news is we can just stamp it one more time and get it just a little tad darker. Alright, okay. And there we have it. We have our 3 hellos. I'm going to wipe this off real quick. And when you're done with these, you just rinse them off, and what ink that will come out of it will, and the others will, it will stain it, but it'll wipe your stuff real clean after that. All right, so I want to put this down while we do the front. We'll close our ink pad. And this is Polished Pink. I'll show that to you, Polished Pink. And I already had it inked up a little bit. It says Friend. And I got a little ink on it on there. All right, I'm going to have to move this down for me a little bit. And I think about right there. And again, we'll hold it and let the ink absorb into the paper a little bit. All right. And I might have pressed too hard. It's a little not as straight edge, clear edge there, so I might have pressed too hard on that. And again, we're going to line it up just about the same way. It doesn't have to be perfect. This time I'm not going to press as hard, but I'm going to hold it still and see what happens. All right. I'm going to move it down so I can see it again. Okay, so we have our friend, and again, we're just going to wipe this off, get all the ink off, okay? All right. So we have the bases of our front of our card. Oh, I can't shut this. We have one more thing we need to do. This is the inside of the card. And I thought we would use the happy hello. A happy hello to you. Now I'm using a bigger block than normal. And when you do that, you have to be careful that you don't rock so much. Okay, just pat it straight on. It's all inked up. Want to make sure we have it lined up, and it, even though you're going to line it up from the edge of the paper, it always helps me to line it up as well. And let's see. Okay. I'm trying real hard not to rock it. And there's a happy hello to you. Okay. All right, then I also took these three little embellishments, I guess, if you will, background stamps. And I've got that on this one. And we're going to go back and put that in the smoky slate. And we're just gonna stamp it right there, a couple places. And it's totally up to you how many times you want to stamp this. And you might find, oh, I wish I hadn't done it that much. It's just totally up to you till you get it where you like it. And I think I would have been better off stopping at the 3, but that's all right. This person will know I really am happy to see them. And you know what you can do? You can lightly stamp off and just even get closer if you want. All right. I'm not sure I'm going to stick with that. I might go back to just the happy hello, but at least you can see what it'll look like in the card. All right, so let's finish our card. We're using the polished pink. That's one of the new ink colors, the cardstock. So you have it cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I then took another piece of it, 4 by 5 1/4, and used the Stampin' Cut and Embossing folder. It's 3D. And this one is ornate floral. And you can see it, how it has the designs on it. And I just put it in there. I just kind of line it up to the black line right there. And I usually have the Stampin' Up side facing up. And then I ran it through the Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to use our Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to kind of heavy duty it because of it being embossed. Now I could also use Stampin' Dimensionals to lift it up, but I'm already going to be doing that with the front of the card. So we're just going to do this. So there we got that 2 parts done. And then to finish this off, I had them out, but I dropped one. Loose flower flourishes, and it comes in these 3 colors. It's not hard to open. I'm just afraid of popping them all open. And that's the papaya, and I think this is the fresh freesia, and I'm not sure if it tells you on there or not. And then this is the polished pink. And so we're going to use the little tiny ones. Now we can use our little take a pick tool to bring that up. And we're going to put little glue dots on our spot where we want it. And I think Okay, that's a pretty big glue dot. So it's probably gonna make it a little bit bigger than I want it to be. So we're just gonna do it over here in this spot. Okay. One nice thing is the glue will dry clear for us. All right. And I'm trying to go a little bit above the H. And I'm just trying to clear out that glue a little bit. Go a little bit above over to the left of the H and a little bit above where it's crossed. And on this one, I moved it already. I'm going to go down a little bit. And then this one, we're just going to go to that side a little bit. And this is our Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. I like this and the Stampin' Still as my adhesives when I'm making my cards. And I'm picking this up again and dropping it right there. Now normally you would wait and let that dry a little bit. I should have waited till I put it on the card, so I might have to end up moving it. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, it definitely would have been easier to put that on. But they didn't move too bad. They stayed pretty good. Oh, that's right. I didn't need to adhese them like that. I'm sorry. See, you know, we all do things differently. We don't need to worry about that being on there. If we were really worried, we could get our embossing buddy out. That's kind of powdery, and just it would take the powder off in it. So some people would only put 4 or 5. For whatever reason, I'm opting 6 tonight, probably because I know I have that other tape on there. So I hope you like how you can just get ideas when you're casing. You may like the card design, but not the colors that you see when you look at a catalog. Or you might like the color, but not the design. And you can just quickly change it out. Or you may like, gee, I don't want 3 of them on there. I think I would rather do it landscape and do hello friend and maybe some flowers on it. That's, you know, that's what's so great about crafting and doing your cards on your own, because it's what you like. And some of us need a little help with ideas, and so when we're looking in our books and in our catalogs and we're online and we see, oh wow, I really like that card Karen made, but I would like a different color. Feel free. You just change, you make the card you the same way, and you just give people the credit for designing the card. All right, so this card was just a modification. Sorry, I can't seem to get this loose. This card was a modification of this one, and this one was a modification of the one Patty Bennett shared. It's very similar though. And so that's, I think anybody would be happy to get either card. And I think we're going to skip the little background. I didn't like how I did it. So we'll do another one. And you know, the good news is you can just do it, flip it over. I probably wouldn't to send it out, but I'm going to do it just so you can see it. Happy hello to you. And I'm just going to line it up a little bit. I just got to be able to see the lines. Okay. And then we're just going to, we would adhese it in here. And there we go. And I'm going to clean up that edge. All right. So there you go, my friend. Hello, friend. A happy hello to you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye-bye.